Hello, everyone. Dia Bondi here, and I guess I'm live. Whoa, let's not knock over my standing desk. I'm live here on LinkedIn and on YouTube right now because it's Wednesday at 12:09 here in California at my office in Berkeley, California. And I'm coming to you on Wednesdays to talk all about having more impact, having the courage to speak from the heart when it really matters, to be able to take control of your experience at high stakes communications moments, and to make some courageous decisions around what you'll do with that time you're in front of audiences that really matter in your business and your career and in your ventures, and to really elevate your impact, to use critical communications as an opportunity and a moment to elevate your impact on the things that matter most to you right now in your career. This is my second time coming live, and I'm so happy to be here. And I'm weekly going to be talking about something called the 21 things. The 21 things are the 21 things you can do to have more impact and to be excellent in front of any audience, any size at any moment. You don't have to do all 21 things, but these are the 21 things that I have collected in my career that I've seen that the leaders and entrepreneurs that I work with can do and do as an outcome of our coaching and in our coaching to have a bigger impact. I'm going to say impact 100,000 times today. And last week I came live and just talked a little bit about what this list is. You can scroll through and see that. If you missed that and you don't want to scroll back, I've been a leadership communications coach helping leaders and entrepreneurs have more impact when it really matters most, to find the courage to speak from the heart, to gain a sense of control in those critical moments, and to elevate their impact. And over this time, yes, I'm creating real-time coaching interventions based on the needs of the person in front of me, based on sort of the coaching areas that we're seeing, both in the story craft and in the delivery of their story. And the outcomes of those sort of real-time interventions I've captured over time and turned it into this list called the 21 things. And I'll just put here that if you go to my site, diabondi.com, you can log in to register for the mailing list, and you'll get a copy of the 21 things for yourself. Obviously, you can unsubscribe as soon as you get that, but that's the fastest and easiest way for you to get this. And today I want to talk about thing one, which I'll say what it is in just a second. Interestingly, right now, this week, next week, and the week after, basically all of June, I am teaching a class for an international private university called Harbor Space that specializes in bachelor's and master's programs around design, technology, and entrepreneurship. And my class, I have 28 young entrepreneurs who are design students, engineering students, and entrepreneur track students who have their own entrepreneurial ventures they're working on. And today it came up in class, in our online class, which was supposed to happen in Barcelona, but is happening online because of COVID. And we're making the most of it. In class today, in one of our live coaching sessions, thing one and the 21 things came up, and I'll share that with you in just a second. And interestingly, at the end of our class, we had a colleague and friend of mine, founder of Hot Studio, who was then an executive at a fair number of technology-driven firms in the San Francisco Bay Area, Maria Giudice, who brought up the same idea that thing one is about. When my class asked her at the end of our interview, what are some of your pieces of advice to talk to audiences that really matter, like how do we do that? She said the number one thing in developing confidence is you have to have belief. You have to believe. You have to have competency and skill in the area that you're representing. And also you have to believe in your vision for the thing that you're pitching to the audiences that matter most, whether you're in-house or, more importantly, maybe even for entrepreneurs and folks who are leading their ventures. or even solopreneurs who are out trying to build a career on their own and on their own terms without being in-house. She said, you've got to believe it first. That same idea came up in our coaching in the class today. And so I'm going to share with you, interestingly, thing 1 on the 21 things is go first. And here's what I mean. It is so important when we step on stages, whether that stage is in a boardroom or it is in a conference room, or if it's on a webcam like I am talking to you right now, that we go first in having the kind of impact we want to have on the thing we want to impact. Meaning, if you're trying to garner enthusiasm for the project or your startup, you've got to bring enthusiasm first. If you want us to be enthralled with what you're working on, you've got to show up enthralled in what you're working on. If you want us to believe and trust, you've got to believe and trust. If you want us to be happy about what you're working on, be happy about what you're working on. Show us the way by showing up and modeling the thing that you want us, the impact that you want to have on us. Today in my class, I did a live coaching with one of my students, and he was delivering his talk. It was sort of an outline of his presentation in a way that you could hardly even tell that he was enjoying it. I mean, granted, he was in a class and he knew he was going to get live coached by me, which can be maybe a little intimidating at first, but in the end, always fun. But what was really noticeable was when we as a class said, yes, come on, let's have you want us to be enthusiastic about this. You've got to go first. And once he delivered his story outline in a way that made it clear that he was as interested in the topic, as interested in the outcome of his venture, as interested in the campaign he was pitching, as he was expecting his audience to be, it changed the entire thing. But we often forget to really step in, not just to the words that we've planned to say, but to step into the enthusiasm we intend to create with our audiences. And enthusiasm, by the way, does not have to come in the form necessarily of being demonstrative or over the top in your delivery, but there's a focused energy around that that still can communicate enthusiasm. And maybe enthusiasm isn't the thing that is the go first you need to do. Maybe it is about focus. Maybe you want us to take something seriously, treat it seriously as you speak about it, so that there's congruence with the content that you're delivering and how it feels to have it delivered to us. So thing 1 tends to be one of the most important and sort of easiest things to start to pay attention to when you go to deliver the stories, the communications, the presentations in your career and in your business that can change everything. The kinds of presentations that can change everything for you. So that's my offer today for the 21 things. Is the number 1, you've got to go first. And when you do and you see the impact of that, it'll be easier to do again and again and again. So you can connect with me here on this platform. Subscribe if you're in a place where you can subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you in an email. You can always email us at hello@diabondi.com. And I hope you're having a fabulous, fabulous day. Thanks.